All right, we're live. We honestly didn't do a mic check before we started. I don't know if
shit.
I think you're not connected to your mic,
Do I need
but
to?
just
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's on the
look,
headphones right now.
look at me go, saving the audience, up in the audio quality. Oh, you sound.
We could do a little ASMR.
Oh, look at that.
All right,
much
good now?
better. Yeah, much better. All right, welcome back.
All
Episode
right.
16. It has been a little more than a week. We are now recording on Mondays instead of Fridays to get ahead of the NFL schedule, so we're not waiting so long between Bears games. But if you're coming from last week's episode,
Keep it fresh.
After we recorded after a terrible Bears loss and they were 0-2, they are now 2-2 after some very sick, very fun wins.
Yes.
It seems like maybe it's not just another year. Maybe
Tides could be turning.
Tides could be turning. This is like the Bears just beat the Raiders off a blocked field goal, and it's like I can't remember the last time we were on like the other end of one of those wins. The only game that comes to mind immediately is like Bears Broncos 2019, where Eddie Pinheiro hit that.
Yeah,
and we
we were up 21-0 in that game, right? Is that the one?
Or no, that game we lost that game. That was the Justin Fields one. This was 2019, coming out of the 2018 season. We started off like with a good record, but we were actually terrible. It was really low scoring.
Oh,
Mitch sort of danced around in the pocket with 12 seconds left, hit Allen Robinson. He gets down, and we get the timeout off with like literally a second on the clock. And Eddie Pinheiro, who it was his first year, I believe, in the league, first year on the Bears, because we had just moved on from Parkey, and it was like the first test of like, okay, maybe do we have a kicker now? And he banged that through. It's the first
Did he get
time
iced
in a while
in that game?
I don't remember. I want to say no, because I don't think the Broncos had any timeouts left.
Okay,
but yeah, it's the first time things have gone the Bears' way in a long time. That was 6 years ago. So
yes,
it feels good. We've got a lot on the docket today. We'll get to the Bears game, but this was not just a good weekend for the Bears. This was just a great weekend of football between the Thursday night games, the Friday night football games in college, the Saturday day slate, and into the Sunday slate and Sunday night. We got some Monday night games coming up in about 30 minutes, which we don't really need a preview because it's like a disgusting doubleheader.
Yeah, it's gross.
But I'll let you do a quick run through of this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like literally a 15-course meal. I don't know if I can remember a better football weekend. Thursday, decent matchup, divisional game. Cardinals Seahawks comes down to a late field goal. That was probably like the worst game of the weekend, and that one was still pretty good. Friday, college football saw two unreal games, and they started at 6 and 8:30, so it's like you could watch both of them. The 6 o'clock game was Florida State. They played Virginia, who for no reason should have been in that game, but just played their ass off. Unbelievable performance from them. Won it in double overtime. And then the other game was Arizona State, TCU, two teams that are kind of like around the 25, 26 best team in the country mark. Came down to a last-second field goal there. That was a good one. Going to Saturday, you're freaking Illinois Fighting Illini, man. What a get-right game. That is just one of the more inspiring performances you'll ever see from a football team who literally got their soul crushed, stepped on, pissed on, chewed up, spit out 3 or 4 times over the previous week.
Yep.
And then to come out there, play that sort of game, and then win it on a walk-off field goal, that was electric. And there was some discourse about like, oh, you're really storming the field about beating a team that you were favored. Like, bro, it's college. You probably get 1 or 2 of those chances every 4 years.
Are you talking about against USC?
Yeah.
We were dogs. We were underdogs against USC.
Oh, dogs? Okay.
But
like,
it was like 2 spots
yeah.
lower ranked. Illinois like tends to do that. Like we storm the field in games where like we have no business doing that. But we're not really a football school. And in the defense of this one in particular, it was a walk-off field goal. It was a cool way to win. Nobody thought we were going to win, and it was homecoming. So the homecoming excuse is like it's absolutely valid.
Clemson storms the field after they lose, so it's like, who cares?
Yeah,
they actually do that, but
it was a a pretty weak field storm. Like
But
when you compare it to Virginia's, like
Virginia's
literally
field
one of the
storm
was
was
like,
literally
the scariest
violent.
field storm. Yeah, it looked like January 6th. Like it was actually insane. It was crazy.
Facts. But yeah, no, that's good for Illinois though. You can storm the field there, but you could tell by the way they did it that it wasn't like you just knocked off number 3 or something like that, which is good. I still I give my stamp of approval to the storm. But then there was Ole Miss LSU, phenomenal game, great storylines with Lane Kiffin, the head coach of Ole Miss, and
put out like
Whit Weeks, the
tweet of the
from LSU,
tweet of the year,
dating his daughter.
Yeah, tweet of the year from him. What's the guy's name?
Whit Weeks, yeah.
Whit Weeks.
His brother actually plays linebacker too.
Dating the Ole Miss head coach's daughter, and there's a clip of Whit Weeks puking, and someone's like, "What the hell did Lane Kiffin give Whit Weeks this week at dinner or whatever?" And Lane Kiffin responds to the tweet, just said tempo, and it was
so baby. That's tough. Like, that's so tough.
I wonder if he had someone running his account, or it's just him.
No, he absolutely does not. He absolutely does not. He has so many bangers. He had a funny moment in the post game too, where he was like about to give a player his flowers, and then he was like, "Well, actually, I don't want him to get sniped in the transfer portal," and then he just said the guy sucked. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, he sent that tweet off at 2 a.m. too. So shout out Lane. Pretty epic. He's probably sauced up. And then the college football night games came through too. Yeah, Georgia, Bama. Very good game.
Penn State,
Oregon, very good game. Whiteout in Penn State. Oregon came in there, took it over. I mean, that's a gutsy win.
So I saw something about the whiteout that Penn State is 16-12.
Yes,
in their whiteout games.
But to be fair,
they normally reserve it for good opponents.
Yes. So I'd say of the 16 the 16 wins, probably 10 of those were against kind of teams that you would traditionally schedule for a homecoming game in high school. You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying, where it's kind of just let's win and have a good time. And then 6 of them or so have probably been against their biggest opponent of the year. Most famously, probably they blocked the kick to beat Ohio State. They blocked a field goal and took it back to score a late touchdown to beat Ohio State in a whiteout. And that was a really good Ohio State team. Propelled Penn State to a Big Ten championship, which of course they won because, it was an easy game. And if they won that game, they get in the college football playoff. And of course that's how it went down. They didn't totally shit the bed and miss the playoff. But they definitely are who we thought they were. They're Penn State. They're not going to make the big play in the big moment, but lucky for them, they still have a chance. They got Ohio State later this year. I want to say at home. And if they can win that one, they'll be okay. But pretty disappointing game if you're Penn State. I mean, you've been looking forward to this for multiple years because they haven't had a really great whiteout opponent in a while. Mm-hmm. So this has definitely been, there was an extra energy in the air that night. And it's just someone's got to lose. Unfortunate.
Penn State, I'm shocked on both fronts in that game. That one that Penn State looked, not that they looked bad, but it's more so I'm shocked that Drew Aller has looked as bad as he has because there's been a lot of talk about him being the number 1 overall pick. And I was surprised that Oregon looked as good as they did because I honestly wasn't super high on Oregon.
They hadn't played anybody really.
Yeah, and I hadn't watched a lot of what they were doing until this game. So Oregon looked much better than I thought. And there were talks about Drew Aller being the number 1 overall pick for a lot of, there was talks during the NFL draft in April that Drew Aller would be the first quarterback off the board if he was in that class. And then a couple weeks ago, I saw that he's supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. I don't even think he might not even be a top 5 quarterback in his conference.
I don't know if he's even really draftable at this point right now. Give him a shot, maybe, man. But he basically, to me, he looks like what people think JJ McCarthy is. If you strip JJ McCarthy of all of his, oh, he's such a great leader and all this bullshit, which, there's truth there. But if you took those things away from him, he's Drew Aller. Drew Aller does
I agree with that take, but in a set, but I disagree with the that you think JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I know. That's
that much better.
The opposite of a stray.
Because I don't think JJ has not looked spectacular in his bout so far. He's been injured for a couple weeks. But I
was trying to give him the opposite of a stray there. I don't know what that would be, but
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a
Julian Sand is playing better football. Bryce Underwood's playing better football. Fernando Mendoza is playing some of the best football in the country. Dante Moore is now he's the Heisman favorite now. You could make the argument for Altmaier. I'm sure there's a guy I'm forgetting, but Dylan Raiola, Jordan Maava.
That's for
I
sure.
say that all of if you put any of these guys on that Penn State offense, they might be better. Probably not Altmaier. I like Altmaier, but
Altmaier, you could design an offense around him though, and I don't know. I mean, like if he's in the right scheme, it works. He's probably not better than Drew Aller, but I like Altmaier.
But yeah, I don't think I think Drew Aller is. I don't think he's going to be a first round pick this year, and if he is, it's going to be just off like the measurables. And there is arm talent there, but like mentally, considering how much Penn State's offense like doesn't really require you to go through like NFL style progressions.
For sure.
If you can't even like operate at a high level in the system that you're in at Penn State, I don't have a lot of confidence that NFL teams are going to like what they see out of him. Yeah. Piccola, I'm recording.
But yeah, you know, I wasn't shocked to see Aller play that badly, I guess, but I was shocked on that final pick because, I mean,
it was
you have to have. It was a great play by the linebacker. He jumped out of the gym. We'll talk a lot about very good interceptions today, but I mean, that was not a good play from Aller, and it's just like, man, I don't know where you go from here. If you're him, you got to have a big game against Ohio State. If he doesn't, then I'm out on him. So he's got a couple more chances. But yeah, moving back into Sunday, I guess, or late Saturday. There was no Hawaii game this week, so there's no 11 p.m. kickoff. But in turn, we did get an 8:30 a.m. kickoff, which was a decent game. As far as London goes, that was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of talk about Vikings fans being upset with Kevin O'Connell.
About not playing to the weakness of his offensive line, or like not considering the weakness of his offensive line.
Yeah, but as someone who has seen what a weak offensive line looks like for the better part of 23 years.
Yeah, I was about to say,
it's not something that it's very, very difficult for like a coach to be able to overcome that.
Yes. And what do you think the biggest aid to that would be? Probably a mobile quarterback, and then you have Carson fucking Wentz.
Yeah, a mobile quarterback or like a really good running back, but even then, a really good running back like behind a terrible O-line doesn't really help you because you can't establish the run game. But I've also seen that they're upset with like just his play calling in general in certain scenarios that it hasn't been great. I don't get it. Like you're playing with a backup quarterback against like a team that is going to win half of their games no matter what. Like they're going to come out and they're going to look better than you. And then the next week they're going to come out and they're going to look terrible. Like that's just who the Steelers are. You were on the worst end of it. It's just how it was. You had Carson Wentz playing. Sure, maybe Kevin O'Connell wasn't perfect. If you think he's the problem and you're a Vikings fan, like you've become spoiled and forgotten what it was like to be bad at football.
I mean, even his stats were pretty he had some pretty jaw-dropping stats. I mean, he took 1 trillion sacks and had probably 4 or 5 turnover-worthy throws.
7 sacks from the Steelers defense.
Who is it? They're obviously a good front, but like, I mean, of those 7 sacks, I would say, like, how many of them can you really blame O'Connell for? They're probably all.
No, that's the thing. It's like you can't really blame your coach if you're trotting out sacks. Like you're trotting out your backup lineman against TJ Watt. Derek Harmon had a nice night. Casey Hayward.
And you have Addison back. You have maybe the best wide receiver trio in the NFL, right? And it's like you're not gonna use those guys. You're gonna run the ball and throw screens and avoid, just assume that your offensive line isn't gonna give you 3 seconds of protection ever. Like, no, you can't do that in the NFL and expect to win, especially when you're losing. But yeah.
But it was a good game. The final score was like closer than the game actually was. Steelers were they won that game pretty handedly.
But to KOC and the Vikings' credit, they do find ways to somehow have the ball with a chance to win the game or tie the game in games that they absolutely have no business
And if it wasn't for Peyton Wilson, Steelers rookie linebacker, recording
play,
the highest speed by a linebacker since Next Gen Stats started recording that to chase down Jordan Addison, make a tackle on the 1 yard line. It burned a fair amount of clock. Vikings did not get the ball
61
back
seconds, I want to say,
with enough time to do anything. If it wasn't for that play, the Vikings might have had a chance to maybe go to overtime or even win the football game.
The only thing I want to mention on that is your boy two tutty fucking Isaiah. What was his name? Isaiah
Rogers, 23.62 miles an hour,
chasing down
like
DK. So I don't know. Maybe they might be juiced. That stadium might be juiced.
Something about the grass in Croke Park.
Yeah, they might be like off caliber by a couple millimeters or something. Because I don't think his 40 time was like 4.2. So I don't know. That's kind of hard for me to believe. But
speaking about guys that have probably played at Croke Park, there's a story we might have to tell about somebody we ran into.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll if we have some time, we'll get to that.
That's a great story. That's facts. Awesome. That's actually so true. He definitely has played there. But yeah, that was our 8 a.m. game. Noon slate was solid. Actually, like it. I swear it's happened, and this always happens. But I was looking at the slate like T-minus 20 minutes till witching hour, and I was like, damn, we don't have any games that are really that fire. Witching hour is gonna suck. What always happens? There's always some bullshit going down, you know. So we ended up getting a couple fun finishes there. The Tampa Bay game, sneaky fun one.
A lot of long touchdowns. Emeka, Bucky.
Seemed like two good teams, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So the Eagles are an interesting team right now. They're winning in like any way possible, but it's just like it's sort of how. You know, when the Chiefs, I think last year were like
literally last
undefeated,
year,
and everyone was like, "How the hell are they winning?" It feels like that. So I think the Eagles, obviously, like they're still, not that different from the roster they had last year. I think they make a run. The NFC is like not super deep, but when it comes down to like the big game, I don't know if they're going to be the best in the NFL to take it home. But they're winning in weird ways, and like sometimes it's a good thing. Like if you can pull it out, however it goes.
Agreed.
I can't remember. I can't remember what my prediction was, but I think I had the Bills winning, and I do like that pick. But your Rams Chargers pick is actually looking pretty solid. The Chargers did lose to the Giants. Jackson Dart.
That was a tough one.
Jackson Dart with a good debut. Only quarterback in NFL history to make his NFL debut and win against a team that is 3-0 or better. I believe.
That was I mean, the Chargers probably win that game like 80 times out of 100, 8 out of 10 times, whatever you want to call it. Can't fault the Giants for playing tough. I mean, it's just hard to beat the Chargers when their run game looks good. And, Herbert didn't have his best day and whatever. I like the Chargers still.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think you do too, yeah. But that's a great win for the Giants. That might have been grittiest NFL win of the day up there. Bears are up there too.
Oh, yeah, probably. I'm looking at the slate right now, and none of these other games were like an opponent taking down someone, like significantly better or
right. Saints Bills was a little bit interesting for a second, but you were all over that, so that's good. Lions are, I mean, so between we'll talk about it more later, but just to tease it, between this Lions Browns final and the Bears Cowboys final, I don't know what's going on up north, man. I don't know.
And then we'll have a discussion have to consider like the Packers Browns final and then the Lions Packers final, like how all these.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck?
It's very interesting. Texans Titans. Texans shut out the Titans. I thought the Titans were going to be better than they are. They might be terrible. They might not win a game.
Keeping it a buck.
I don't know if the Saints and the Titans play each other this year, but if they do, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Saints and Titans fans are just going to be watching Tankathon all year, hoping for the number 1 overall pick. But to be honest, like, I think it doesn't matter. I think if they go like if they both shut up, Piqua. I'm fucking like I'm playing with a sock right now on the ground because she's chewing on it, and I like have to keep her entertained. And I'm doing all I can. She's still barking at me. Okay, back to what I was saying. I think if the Titans end up being 1 and 2, Titans and the Saints, like first overall pick, second overall pick, it doesn't really matter. Saints are going quarterback. Titans are not.
Right. That's facts.
It's fine. I like what I've seen out of Cam Ward. It is sort of just a throwaway season. They have a lot of stuff they need to address offensively and defensively.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see that if they end up with the number 1 overall pick, to see them trade out of it.
Absolutely. Do a Bears move. Yeah.
And do a little Bears move, maybe get a weapon in return. And then, go in whatever direction with that pick. Commanders Falcons, Michael Penix gets his first win against an opponent who scores more than 7 points. He had a good game. He has some of those like inaccuracy issues that he comes with, but then he also is just like deadly accurate with some of the most insane throws, like incredible velocity, a beautiful spiral. It's very
he does throw a fucking pretty ball. I think something about lefties too, it spins a little bit nicer.
I think that like
Vic had a really nice spin. But I think the way that the laces are weighted, or I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't fucking know. Yeah, there's something about it.
Jaden Daniels is not playing. He's injured. He should be back this week.
I hope so, dude.
If not this week, he'll definitely be back against the Bears, who they face in Week 6 in a very much anticipated rematch from last year.
Do we know what time that's going to be at?
It's a Monday night game. So again on prime time. Of course. Yeah, we're gonna see that Hail Mary at least 4 or 5 times during the broadcast. Like
so I might bet Tyreek Stevenson 3 Stevenson,
yeah.
That would be awesome. But I'm gonna tell you, when you told me Monday night, all of the past grams would have been like, fuck, we're gonna lose. It's gonna be embarrassing. Fuck. But
now,
low-key, I'm excited for this game, bro.
Ben Johnson is gonna have these dudes like
ready to go,
amped up. I think we might look nice. I don't want to get too excited.
Don't get too excited, but I'm not dreading a primetime game right now. I'll say that.
Yeah, no, me neither. Which is a very nice change of pace. It's huge. It's good to actually be rooting for people to like see what the Bears can do. Especially because like this Commanders defense is giving up seemingly a decent amount of yards through the air. Last year, Caleb Williams did not look great for 3 quarters against Washington. I think it might be a different story. It should be a very fun game, and I like the Bears' odds. It's also like this is a big game for we're going into I don't want to get too on the topic of Bears, but like we're going into a pretty nice stretch of our schedule.
Absolutely.
If you win this game, you could really go into that stretch with a lot of momentum.
Yes,
and pad your record as much as you can before the slugfest that is
the winter comes.
Yeah, the last 6 games of the season.
Maybe even 7 games, but yeah. I do think we gotta talk about what went down in the Sin City though for a good while, because that was fucking sick. Unless you want to, do you have any more games you want to
really
touch on?
Quickly? Panthers, Patriots. Panthers, who shut out the Falcons last week, got beat down by the Patriots. Drake May
looked good,
playing exceptional football. It is really looking like the guys who went 1, 2, 3 are 1, 2, 3 of that class in that order. Like,
I agree.
I'd say Caleb is still playing the best football out of anybody in that class this year. Drake May is making an argument for number 2 and even number 1. He's playing very, very well. I still there's still some of that like inconsistency with May that puzzles me. I guess it's there with Caleb too, but I have the rose tinted glasses, so I choose to ignore it. But
agreed.
He's playing really good. He's got the Patriots playing winning football, and let me see what they're also 2-2. That was an interesting game to see. A lot of just weird results, stuff I wasn't really expecting, considering how nice the Panthers looked last week. Jaguars, 49ers. I'm really low on the 49ers this year. They've pulled out victories, but the Jaguars
might finally be behind the Jags.
So the Niners fall to 3-1. The end of the game, did you see what happened between Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh?
Yeah,
They were
very
like
interesting.
there's a whole like transcript of what went
Really?
down, and I can't remember
Official?
it, but Liam Cohen
I remember that there was
had
like
a
a
lot to
tweet that
say.
was sent previously, or like someone said something in a press conference about like sign stealing, right?
I have no idea. I don't even know. I just know Liam Cohen told Robert Saleh to he pulled the Will Smith and it was like,
my
keep
name.
yeah, out your
Yeah.
fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
It's an interesting beef because I definitely saw something on the transcript or whatever. It seemed like Cohen was in the right from what I gathered.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're him, like maybe don't chirp at the biggest psychopath who is the guy that like runs up and down the stadium every day. Like that guy's gonna kill you if you ever had to do anything. Like if that actually went down, Salah would have ate him alive. So
Yeah,
it's all good, but yeah.
We'll
weird.
quickly run through the last games I had on the docket. Colts Rams. I thought the Rams were going to look better against the Colts. Because I saw some stuff through the Colts' first 3 games. Daniel Jones is like one of the highest blitz quarterbacks in the league. Daniel Jones has been exceptional against the blitz. So I thought that teams would start to at least just like drop 7 and let Daniel Jones beat you. And it seemed like that might have been a little bit more what the Rams were doing, like trying to get home with their 4. They have a good front 4. And Daniel Jones still looked really good. Like they were literally like half a yard away, and Adonai Mitchell not being an idiot from probably winning this game. So somehow, some way, I know what the way is, and it's because Daniel Jones went to the Kevin O'Connell School for Quarterbacks last year and came out an absolute monster playing behind an O-line. The Colts are good. They're really good. They're probably going to win that division.
I think so.
And they're
That's
probably
a bad
going to
division, but I mean, if you're a team that doesn't have a ton of talent everywhere, if you can run the football and play defense, you just win games, and that's what they do. And they have a quarterback,
and their offense has been
like
their offense has been very good.
It's been so good.
Shut up. Has been very good through the first few weeks.
And defense for them has been really good tackling from what I've seen.
As it needs to be.
And as good as it needs to be. Exactly. Yeah.
Chiefs, Ravens. Ravens look very bad. They're 1-3. I believe 1-3 teams have only made the playoffs like 12% of the time, something like that.
1-8.
So it's going to be very hard for the Ravens to bounce back. They have a lot of injuries on defense.
Yes,
They're allowing the most points per game in the league. They've been good on offense, but Lamar Jackson he's almost playing. Yeah, well, he has a hamstring injury, but he's almost like it's almost like the Caleb Williams like hero ball stuff from last year, where he knows he has to like do stuff to make a play, but it's kind of biting them back this year. Whereas every other year, it's just like Lamar's unstoppable.
Yep.
They. Derrick Henry has been fumbling, but the Chiefs
this game.
He did not, but they also like just benched him after 3 quarters, which is kind of crazy to see. Chiefs, big bounce back game for them. They avoid the 1-3 start.
4 tutters from those.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs 1-2 start was sort of just like a tough schedule and like a just
ball bounced
banged up. Yeah, ball bounced the wrong way, banged up receiver room. They're going to get Racey Rice back, and they're going to make a run. It's going to be an interesting division to watch because I think the Chargers have 2 divisional wins already, or I think 3.
They're low key. They started 3-0 in the division. Yeah,
3-0 in the division. It's going to be hard for the Chiefs to get those games back. So it'll be very fun to watch. Chiefs,
and also
I don't know.
Raiders, Broncos. I feel like they'll steal a game from you, like both of those teams.
Exactly. So. It'll be interesting to see, if the Chiefs, I still think they're a playoff team, what they look like on the road in the playoffs. It's not very often you see that.
Have they?
They have.
The first game against the Bills?
I know they went to the Ravens and they played in Baltimore for the AFC Championship, and the Ravens lost that, but I don't recall if they were in Buffalo or not the last time Buffalo and Kansas City played. Okay. But yeah, that was all the Sunday games outside of Sunday night, and the Bears game, very fun.
Fire me up, man. What a game. I mean, I'll start here, all right? Kevin Byard hasn't been my favorite Bear since he's joined this team. He's on this team to force turnovers, and to, do his he's been good. He's been good.
I'm surprised you. I actually am a big fan of Kevin Byard. So
he's been good. He's been good. I just think that like the Kevin Byard, I mean, he was on the Titans before and they didn't get a lot of like limelight, but he was fucking awesome. And in college, he was awesome. He's just a ball hawking safety that like I think he has like 35 picks in the league, and I think he's only had two with us before yesterday.
I am not sure, but I do know that among active players in the NFL right now, he has the second most interceptions
behind Gilmore
in the NFL. I don't know, but second most career interceptions in the NFL right now. Kevin Byard's been around for a while, but yeah,
dude, he played one of the best games I've ever seen. Other than the Genty tackle, which like Genty is Genty.
Yeah,
like,
it's Ashton Genty. Yeah, very few guys are
people
actually
just
going to make
melt off of him. And he actually got the last laugh there because he was the guy that filled after Dex just walked in the backfield on that 3rd and 1. Byard was the guy that squared him up and brought him to the ground. So good for him. But those 2 picks, man, talk about just playing quarterback for the quarterback, doing like that. That was awesome. He ran the route for the receiver. He jumped it before the throw was even made, playing with Geno Smith. 2 of the better interceptions I've seen as a Bears fan, and it wasn't even the interception of the day because that goes to Tyreek fucking Stevenson for really pulling it down to you.
So I was at work during the game, and I was putting together a graphic while that was happening because it was halftime, and I was like, all right, I got some time to do a graphic. And that I think the Tyreek Stevenson interception was like the first play out of half. So I wasn't even like looking back up at the screen yet, and everyone's freaking out. So I didn't see the pick until this morning when I went back and was watching highlights and I saw that it was just a diving interception. What a play.
What a play.
The Kevin Byard one was awesome, but the Tyreek Stevenson one, it's better. It's all hands.
It's better.
He lays out. He has no business intercepting that ball, and he gets
business.
It's awesome.
I want to say, like, if you I don't know, maybe it was Jacoby Myers who was the intended receiver. I don't know. But if you just kind of in your mind remove the intended receiver, right? And pretend that Tyreek Stevenson is like an eligible receiver that's trying to catch that ball from Geno. There's not many receivers or DBs or anybody in the league that is coming down with that ball that's that far in front of you. Like full extension, fingertips, NFL grab, NFL receiver caliber grab. What a play.
Yeah, very, very impressive. So unfortunately, not many points off of those turnovers, especially in the first half. We had 3 turnovers and 6 points off of them.
Yeah.
And the Raiders had the one Caleb Williams interception off the Max Crosby play, which they turned into 7. So we were down at half, but Ben Johnson came out of the locker room, gave that interview, and where he just like stared right through the sideline reporter. Just so funny.
That was crazy. But then she tried to like, kind of like get him after the game too a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
but then
with like the Caleb comment.
I honestly didn't catch that, but I do know she tweeted, she addressed the video and was like, I should have been better about the question I asked. This story should be about the Bears winning, not about this. So huge credit to her. Like that. It was a bad question. And I think like a lot of the sideline reporting like isn't exceptional. But she absolutely owned it. Like she knows that, I don't know, a lot of integrity in that response for addressing that situation. Because there were a lot of people on Twitter like saying like not liking that.
She's a woman too, so I mean,
I don't know. It's
like
just
that
like
doesn't help with online men
people in the sports. Yeah, no, but people were going after Ben Johnson. That's what I'm saying. They were going after.
Well, that's also same side of the or different side of the same coin. He's a white guy, so it's like losing on all fronts there. But yeah, after the game, she said to Caleb, like, is your super intense coach maybe gonna possibly give you flowers for these flowers?
And he was like, I threw a pick, so probably not. Yeah. Which it's cool. I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, it was nice to see our coach like give a notable interview, but then back it up, because I remember like Matt,
you're gonna see some fireworks.
Yeah, you're gonna see. We got something up our sleeve, or like, it was Bears Packers 2021, or like Jakeem Grant had that 95-yard punt return. Shut up, shut up. And then Matt Nagy was at the halftime interview, was like, "We're having fun. and then we didn't
Yeah.
score a point in the
And then
second half.
that was tough.
I got to kick her out. She's getting me upset.
All good, man. All good. Talking some more Bears. I think Ben Johnson super intense. We saw him react to the blocked kick. We saw him react all day. He is an emotional dude. You can see it on his face. The thing that I've learned about Ben Johnson that's really good is I'm pretty confident he's going to bring a championship to Chicago. He's 39 right now. He's probably not seeing 50 because the dude is the most stressed out man I've ever seen in my life. Like,
No.
He is fucking neurotic. He's going to go bald, and he's going to like. I would love to see like a president portrait of like Bears coaches.
Ben Johnson is going to coach
that.
this team for 40 years. All right.
I hope so, man. But he might have an aneurysm. He is fucking
no, because we're going to get to a point where we're just incredible. We're just like the best team in the NFL, and then it's just going to be fun. And Ben Johnson's going to love it.
Okay, so we just got to get through the first couple years or weeks, even. We'll see.
Yeah.
So okay, that's good. That's a good spin zone. That eases my nerves a little bit.
So yeah, a few weeks ago you were talking about like at any point since we've had Caleb, or like at any point since I've watched Caleb Williams, do I think he had the potential to be like the best quarterback in the league, or even like a top 3 guy? And I said no. And that was after the Lions lost, I'm pretty sure. Past 2 weeks are the first time in a Bears uniform that it's the case where it's like, okay, we're seeing sort of, especially that game against Dallas, we're seeing like what his ceiling is.
Yeah, he's coming alive.
The deep ball is seemingly fixed. Like it's not like it's not the best in the league, but he's up there. Like I want to say top 10 numbers in damn near every category, whether it's passer rating, completion percentage, yards, touchdowns. It's all good. Still some not even the accuracy issues are weird. Like there's still some balls that he just throws into the dirt.
Yeah. He missed the screen to Swift where that was a bad ball. He got mad at himself. And then the throw in the corner to Rome, not an easy play, especially because the line kind of fucked him. And Max Crosby, who I don't know if you watched the game, but Max Crosby was mentioned about 400 times. He was about to ear hole Caleb, so he kind of had to like shuffle away from the throw, and it was not easy. But yeah, I think like accuracy wise, this might have been his best game. I don't know if he had
last game is definitely.
He still had some misses last game too. But yeah, no, accuracy wise, last game was better. That's fair.
But he's got the clutch factor. And he's starting to like know when to be Superman.
Put on the cape. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, that's what we've been like as Bears fans who like, not even as Bears fans, but like as people who are fans of Caleb Williams and like respect the type of ball he plays. Like,
yes.
I feel like a lot of people who always like knew he could be a good quarterback knew that he had to stop always wearing the cape, like that he had to be Clark Kent for a little bit.
Yes.
And he's starting to do that, and he's like being a good Clark Kent. And then and that makes him an even better Superman.
Absolutely.
Like that play, the throw down the sideline to Cole Kmet.
There was 2 of them.
Well, there was
one where he ran away from Crosby.
Yeah.
The one
that throw that is insane. He is the only quarterback in the NFL, probably the only person in the world who can make that play. If Cole Kmet catches that, we're watching that. You're seeing it every week for the rest of the year.
Yes. That's going to be his signature play. That's going to be his, like when Mahomes does something and someone says Mahomie, running full speed to the sideline and being able to
throwing an absolute rope. It's the accuracy on the run, especially running right, it's otherworldly. There's a stat you see a lot when you're watching like Chiefs Bills games, because it almost always seems to happen, and it's like quarterback completion percentage when throwing within 1 yard of the sideline. Because Josh Allen really likes to extend plays, and we'll get right up to it and we'll throw at the last second. And Josh Allen is like the very best at it. I think Caleb Williams,
new kid on the block.
Josh Allen has the best numbers at it because he's been around for a while and he's very good. But I think Caleb Williams is by far the most accurate from those
It's
spots.
crazy.
It's stupid.
And the ball
It's
gets
very,
there
very
like
cool.
that too. Like if the window is there, the ball is there. It's just it's really special. Yeah, there's actually like a couple plays that I just want to highlight from Caleb because I mean, obviously the throw to Rome, awesome. Couple scrambles, great. You know, like there's a great place to look at from Caleb. Did you want to say something about the throw to Rome?
Romo Dunze is on the 15-yard line when Caleb Williams. Romo Dunze has not even made his break onto the post route when
That's a lot of
Caleb throws the ball. Is that a lot of A? Is that A in sign language? Nice.
Yep.
For our ASL viewers, or should I say listeners? Graham just did. Oh wait, no
viewers.
They'd be our viewers. They'd be our viewers.
Yeah. They do watch with the deaf folks though. It's like a watch party thing or something.
Yeah. For those watching with captions, Graham did a little A in sign language. A lot of anticipation. Caleb Williams throws that ball when Rome is not even on his break at the 15-yard line, catches it at like the 5, and it's an easy touchdown.
Yep.
One of Caleb
Keeps
Williams' best plays of his career. Roma Dunze, the only player in the NFL to have scored a touchdown in all 4 games so far this season, and the first Bear to do that since Walter Payton in 1986.
And that's running backs too, which is crazy. Like you'd think that
any Bears player, yeah.
But yeah. So the play that you were talking about with Komet, he outruns Max Crosby after looking him in the eyes. Like there's not many guys that say, "Hey, Max Crosby, watch this." You know what I mean? And then to second that, he had the play where he made a horrible read on the draw. They were trying to like get Max Crosby being over aggressive, and he just like stood there and was like, "What's up, idiot?"
Yeah,
and then
that's his own fumble.
Dude, I don't know how many quarterbacks get that fumble, and for his instinct, for his like when shit hits the fan, for his instinct and his like whatever to just be like, "Oh, I need to get this bitch,"
yes,
and just go for it. That is such a good sign.
Yeah,
against Max, and you could tell like Crosby kind of laid on top of him for a second there, like kind of like a lion watching a gazelle get away. Like, okay, you know, not bad, not bad. And yeah, I think like this. There's some truth. This is supposed to be funny, but like, you know how like there's memes about the Bosas and especially I want to say Joey and like black quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the equivalent for Max Crosby is like fruity quarterbacks, right? Like I think he was looking at Caleb like I'm gonna have a field day with this motherfucker, and I think he walked away with the game with a tremendous amount of respect for Williams. I mean, there was play after play. There was the play on the eventual touchdown that won the game, or you know that gave us the lead late. He got like an extra 3 or 4 yards on an angle where he was running out of bounds against Crosby on a QB keeper on like a QB scramble.
Yeah,
like Crosby to the edge. Which was, I mean, it's just the fact that like you're looking at a guy who I think he's definitely a tier below your Aaron Donalds and your Myles Garrett's and probably your Parsons, right? I think he's a little bit of a step below that, but in terms of the scary factor, in terms of like the bad motherfucker factor, he's at the top of that list. Like he'll talk his shit. He'll you know break your arm and smile. He's always bleeding. It seems like that's not an easy guy to make tremendous plays against over and over again. So that was really cool to see from Caleb. And then on the other side, I don't think I've seen a defense maybe since Khalil Mack in his first start against the Packers. For us, I haven't seen a defensive player make so many plays in a game.
Yeah, he's very Max Crosby is very underappreciated.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Micah is very good. I think Micah probably gets like I haven't looked at the numbers, but he probably gets double teamed a little bit more than Max Crosby does. Max was getting chipped on like every single play this past week, but from what we've seen so far, alone in this season. I think it's like the defensive player of the year race should be between Max Crosby and Myles Garrett, and then Micah Parsons is right behind. Micah isn't like putting up the craziest numbers right now, but obviously that defense
and he plays on the best
significantly better with him there. But Max Crosby was absolutely everywhere,
dude. Everywhere.
It was so scary. Had 2 batted balls.
Didn't leave the field.
Actually, 3 batted balls.
He had 3.
One of which
one that he picked off. He almost picked off the other one if he would have gotten a luckier bounce on it.
Yeah.
And that one might have been 6.
It had the tackle on Luther. We tried getting cute with a little like misdirection, and just,
he just swallowed him
sat
up.
on it. Yep, tackle for loss. It was
There was like
very
3 plays where he was like, we were running the opposite side of him, like on like a stretch or like a zone concept.
yeah.
And he just went around Komet, who was supposed to chip him, and just two steps in a dive and was at the point of contact for like a 2-yard gain on a tackle that nobody makes.
But
he was crazy, man.
So I want to give some on the other end of that. I want to give some flowers to some Bears players.
I think we're on the same page here.
And I want to try to get through the Bears game recap so we could try to get to. I feel like maybe
we'll talk about. Let's just touch on because I know what you're getting at. Let's touch on the final play of the game, and then I think from there.
Well, I want to give flowers to Ozzie Trapilo,
mm-hmm.
who in his first NFL snaps. Had to play against Max Crosby and held up well. Only allowed 2 pressures, no sacks, no QB hits. Honestly, looked.
Guy. I like it.
He looked good. As much as people have been giving Ryan Poles some hate for the draft pick and his not being involved thus far throughout the season, he came in and played exactly how we needed him to.
Yes,
Theo Benedict too. Played well at right tackle and went in at left tackle for Braxton Jones, who I think just got benched. I went and watched.
He deserved to get benched, dude. Holy
shit. Went and watched the All-22, and it was.
Yeah, bullied.
It wasn't terrible, but it was ugly. I was a little surprised that they benched him, but it was refreshing to see because Theo Benedict was better than Braxton, and it's nice 100%. To know that like your coaching staff is going to put the best guys in. Like you're not just playing because you were named the starter. Like you're going to play football if you're the best player that we have at the position. And Braxton was not yesterday, and Theo Benedict was. To go into a game against Max Crosby with your backup right tackle and your backup left tackle, and for them to have played well, kudos to those guys. They deserve their flowers. Josh Blackwell deserves his flowers for that play. Blocking the field goal at the end of the game, coming around the edge, got the Madden animation. It was really very sick.
Madden animation, bro.
Cairo Santos going 4 for 4 on field goals, 2 of 2 from 50 plus. Obviously kept us in that game 1 by 1 point.
The other guy who put his foot on the ball,
Tyreek Stevenson. Tory Taylor with an excellent punt.
2 punt dots. One of them was an absolute punt dot. The other one could have been caught, but wasn't.
Yes. And that's what he came for. Obviously, Tyreek Stevenson, who has been playing absolutely exceptionally these past 2 weeks after a very rough start to the season. Kevin Byard, obviously, with his 2 picks. Andrew Billings with
Billings, man.
Very, very, very good first half. Was very disruptive, dominated their center. And the last guy who deserves a whole bouquet of flowers is a guy we spoke to very briefly, Mr. Scott Daly. Who had the scouting report on the Raiders long snapper.
This got me so hard when I heard this.
Scott Daly, a Bears long snapper, watching film on the Raiders long snapper who found out that he moves before he snaps the ball and tells our field goal block, our special teams unit this so that they can get the jump on the snap. And it comes back and leads to us blocking the game-winning field goal attempt.
That's just one of my favorite stories I've ever heard.
Scott, a Scott Daly jersey might have to be in the mail.
Dude,
that's awesome.
For real. I mean, when you're looking at, and we'll get into this, but if you're looking at the 53 man, Daly and Blackwell might be like 51 and 48. Like, you know what I mean? They're near the fucking bottom of the barrel.
But they've been around for a while though.
And just in turn, no, I agree. I love them both, and we'll give them their flowers.
I know what you're saying.
But in terms of
Scott Daly, Scott Daly is 53.
Yeah, he is. He's the most replaceable guy in the league on the Bears. But he says that he watches every single special teams play from the NFL. Like he just watches every long snap, every hold, and that's awesome. Good for you, dude. That's fucking great. Like we're gonna you do that long enough, and maybe we'll win a game because of it. And it already happened. You know what I mean? Like that. I just can't smile about that enough. What an unbelievable storyline, and just something that makes you feel like, that's like a culture thing a little bit, right?
100%.
It's just something something
that
to build on.
inspires the rest of the guys to go out there
Dude.
and be like, hey, maybe I should be watching film on the position group that I play, see what sort of advice I can give to other people, watch some film on the position group.
Yeah.
I like that is not a necessary thing that Scott Daly has to do. He will never be going up against the opposing long snapper. This is just something he did, and it helped get the Bears a victory. So,
that's awesome.
Hats off to Scott Daly. And although he refused to answer whether Ben Johnson or Dennis Allen would win in a race, hats off to you, my friend.
Hats off to you, my brother. Yeah.
Should we? So, what do we want to do next? We want to do the little Super Bowl bit we got, or do we want to do?
I think we'll do the Super Bowl bit. I'll
agree. Yeah.
So, just to mention this real quick, the last time the Bears won consecutive games or won 2 games in a row, when the Packers went 2 weeks without a loss, was
without a
in
win.
2018 without a win. Yes, sorry. That was in 2018. Those 2 Bears games, it was a Thursday night game and a Sunday night game against the Vikings and the Lions. The Vikings game was the one where Mitch got hurt on a late hit, and Eddie Jackson had a pick six in that game.
Awesome play.
He did the orchestra.
And then Thanksgiving against the Lions.
And then Thanksgiving against the Lions was the next week. And it wasn't like an orchestra, but he did like a pretty dope TD celebration where it was like you go up, left, right. And then
so that
was like the year of celebrations, right?
I want to say that celebration that you're referencing is actually not on the pick six, but it's on a game sealing interception at the end of the game. I might be wrong, but
got the pick six with like 6 minutes left.
No,
in that game, in the Lions game, because I remember it differently too. But it was like, because like I watched the highlights like last night. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But there was another play in the Vikings game that wasn't a pick six that they also did they did the rowing the boat celebration.
Oh, that was the Anthony Miller touchdown.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. What they did something else for a pick, and maybe that was that. Yeah. So that's pretty fire.
Okay, so that was the 2 wins.
That was the last time.
And the Packers.
Last time the Bears won 2 in a row, and the Packers went 2 weeks without a win. And that was probably the last time that we could have asked this next question, which is, of the Bears 53-man roster, if you're judging players for their contributions to the team and how well they do the job that is asked of them, I guess is a way you could put it, how many of those guys are Super Bowl quality caliber players? And to I guess provide even more context, I guess we could say before the year 2026, because that's when Caleb's rookie contract will run out. So just frame of mind wise,
Caleb's got longer on his rookie contract.
But
realistically, well, he has last year. This is 2025.
Okay, 2027.
Yeah, realistically, he'll get signed at the end of after next year.
Right. But we'll just say 2027 for segment argument's sake.
So I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys.
Okay. I think. I mean,
you could make.
You would actually.
Sorry. You could make the argument for 6 and maybe 7, and I'm being serious.
I agree. So I'll name a guy and then you say yes or no, because I have them. I have them listed out.
This is a great format. It's a great format.
But I have them.
Oh no, you're completely froze. Oh wait, are you completely froze?
We're back
for 5 seconds. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, we're back. Okay, so we'll start here. Caleb Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Joe Thuney.
Yes.
Rome Odunze.
Yes.
Darnell Wright.
Yes.
Okay. So I think, and then Jalen Johnson.
Yes.
I think those are kind of your no-brainers.
Undisputed. Those guys are Super Bowl caliber. Like if you're going to make a Super Bowl, you hope that those 5 guys are are on your team.
There was a shot of like, and this is a common Bears theme, but like it was a field goal, and I was like, they were zooming in on the crowd. And if you look at like a Bears crowd, especially a Bears crowd that has the money to travel to Vegas, right? All you see is 54, 34, 51. Like you don't see any players that have played in the last 20 years, really. And like we were saying, if the Bears can find that Super Bowl or, get there, we'll be seeing the 18s and the 15s and whatever. Darnell Wright. Nah, probably not Darnell Wright. Jalen Johnson won. That'll be it for sure. Like we'll be seeing more of those jerseys. Okay. So now we'll go into the second tier.
Sort of the tier 2.
So Tyson Bagent as a backup quarterback.
Okay, not a guy I was expecting you to name. But yeah, I think if I'm choosing a backup that I'd like to have in my team, if we're going to the Super Bowl, like it's a Nick Foles situation,
exactly.
Caleb goes down, I would love. I wouldn't think the game is over if Tyson Bagent comes in. I think we'd have a shot.
Yep.
So
yeah, no, I thought, he's a guy that he's given you every reason to say yes to this question. Yeah. So I'll put him there. Next guy, Jaquan Brisker.
No.
I think that he was like the first guy off my list. If you would have, there's many points that I would have said yes to that question, but it's just been he's been a little bit more on the potential side than the result side lately. And he's had injuries. He's, it's hard to, he plays a tough style of football to get a lot of burn on. Right. But, yeah, I think he's just eked out on this list. So then I guess kind of his counterpart, Kyler Gordon.
Yes,
I agree. Kyler makes enough plays. He does the small things right, and I think culture wise, he's a guy that you want.
I'm going to add another guy to my yes list, but continue.
Okay, Jonathan Owens.
Damn, I forgot about it. He plays so hard.
He makes like 2 plays a game.
I would. Yeah, I think I love that. He's a great special teamer, like good energy, plays so like flies to the football. So yeah.
Flies to the football.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So
I know he's obviously not going to be a starter, but like you want him on the team.
No, not as like a defensive starter, but as a guy that could maybe play 3 or 4 snaps on defense in some crazy nickel packages or dime packages, I guess. And then a guy who's going to win you 2 or 3 special teams reps. So that's good. Here, interesting one here because it's all about role, but Olamide Zaccheaus. Did I say Olamide right?
No.
Olamide Zaccheaus.
I love Olamide. I think he's great. I'd be fine with or without him.
I think that he will be a guy that we'll look back on and be like, oh yeah, he was on this team. Yeah. Probably the biggest riser of the week. How about Josh Blackwell? But there's people like to call him Blackwell.
Sure, he's a veteran guy. So
and then we'll take Daly with him too.
Yep, we'll take Daly.
Okay. So now, I think that was yep.
I've got a couple of guys who I like. I'm saying yes to the starters.
Tory Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here's the guys that I would put in a question mark category of. It's either it's too early for me to make a definitive decision, or there's a reason why I'm holding on hope for him. Okay, so we'll start with 2 that are kind of just de facto I don't knows, and that's Austin Booker and Zaf Frazier. I think Booker showed you a lot in preseason.
Yeah, you're going far deeper in the roster than I anticipated. But
I mean, just 2 guys that I thought were worth mentioning because they've got a lot of potential, but
realistically, neither of them are going to get like meaningful snaps in the Super Bowl unless they end up being very good.
Right. I think like Booker was looking really good at some point, but yeah. Luther Bird in the 3rd.
They're too early to say.
Agreed. Andrew Billings.
Sure. I don't think it's like ideally in an ideal world, like
he's like the worst guy on our D line, right?
In an ideal world, our D line is completely revamped. There's one guy from our D line who I'd want on a Super Bowl roster, and it's Grady Jarrett.
Okay, that's fair. Was he on your yes list?
He's on my yes list.
Okay, how old is he? I honestly
he's old, and like that's obviously not considering, how old he will be when
trajectory.
yeah, it's just like right now, guys in the team who I'd want.
Yeah. So no,
we gotta try to
we gotta scoot a little bit. Okay,
gotta move.
Okay, we'll go a little bit quicker. Tyreek Stevenson,
No.
Kevin Byard,
Yes.
Drew Dahlman.
No.
Okay, and then
Kevin.
some interesting ones.
Quick.
Wait, what do you want to say?
Kevin Byard, mainly for veteran presence. Like if you're
like
going to be a Super Bowl winning team, you need guys who have been around for a while and know how to win.
Yeah.
Kevin Byard doesn't necessarily like know how to win, but he's been around the league long enough and like plays well. So
he can
that's why yes to Kevin Byard and
awesome
recency
quote
bias
at the end of the game too, and recency bias. And then okay, so DJ Moore, but as a wide receiver, 1. No, I agree. That's a firm no. Yeah. That was one of your quicker no's, and I agree there. How about this is just a fun one, but a dude that played pretty well, Durham Smythe.
No.
Durham Smythe played well.
No, I'm not saying yes to anybody in the tight end room.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. That was what I was about to ask next is our boy 8'5", Cole Kmet. Tough game, burn the film. But
in an ideal world, Colston Loveland becomes much better than Cole Kmet.
But they could both play in the same offense.
Not at the price we're paying Cole Kmet.
So not the price we're paying Cole Kmet. Fair enough. Yeah, Cole Kmet's a guy that I feel like even in his best days, watch it. I do think Cole Kmet's really hot. That was my subconscious. But even on his best days, he plays at like 80% of his potential, it feels like. And I'm just waiting for those times where it's like, oh, look, he's blocking like a bad left tackle and he's running routes like a great tight end. You'll get reps here and there, but I haven't seen a full game. So it's all good. Also, you can't false start on 4th and 1. Also, you can't then also false start again and then also drop a pass that would have put us at the 7-yard line for 1st and goal and get fucked up by Crosby all day. Not an easy assignment.
Yeah, but I'm saying no to basically everyone else on the roster.
Yeah, and then everyone else, I didn't even consider him. I think DJ Moore is probably the one that's kind of
the best player who you're saying no to, basically.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. And so that being said, I've seen trade rumors. I don't know how you're going to move off of that guy in the middle of the season.
You can't move off of DJ. You would eat like
it'd be dumb.
An insane amount of dead cat. My headphones are hurting my head too much. So I got to put the hood on over the headphones so it doesn't.
But yeah, I think we've got some culture. I agree with your yeses. I actually agreed entirely with your picks because I thought you were gonna say keep Brisker. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, I guess the last time Packers lost 2 in a row or didn't win 2 in a row, right? Back in 2018, they did go 2 games without winning in weeks 3 and 4 of the NFL 2025. One of those being a freaking tie, a weeking tie. Are you kidding me? Sunday Night Football tie. Has there ever been anything grosser? I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to fly through this too because
we're at an hour.
Well, I know. I just have to go eat. Then I still have to You
have to cook.
I have to work. Unfortunately,
you have to cook.
Yeah,
Jesse.
Yeah. I almost want to save it. It sucks because it is really topical, right now. Mm-hmm. But to be honest,
are you talking about
the ties? The ties.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could fly through it really quick.
I think it's a quick segment. Yeah.
Should we rank really quickly, what would be the best ways to combat doing a tie instead?
Sure. So basically, our prerogative is that ties are dumb, and when you have a game like football, I feel like there's so many aspects. There's so many, ways that players stand out. There's so many ways that you impose your will on the opponent. We got to be able to find something that can, push one team past the other in a tie. Give somebody the edge. We can't just forever be having a third number in the win-loss column. It looks weird. It doesn't really make anything easy when it comes to playoff time, and we just got to be better. So how would you rank the best ways that you could settle a tie?
So here are the ones we've got. Our options that you've very kindly drafted. Me personally, I'm taking the field goal penalty shootout. So
I think that'd be sick.
One, because it puts like a lot more emphasis on like teams having really good kickers, because if it comes down to it, it's also like I love the soccer penalty shootout. I think it's a lot of fun, and you can get like progressively farther if after a certain amount of kicks. So you can just do like 55 or 50 yarders back and forth, and you have like the whole unit out there, so obviously it can still be blocked because you need some sort of like some essence of like a goaltender.
You could also probably get some you could get some like out of position moments too, because I would assume that like guys like your top guys are most likely not going to be on the field goal block unit, but in this situation you might swap certain dudes for certain dudes, and you might get some pretty cool looks. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
And then we've got 1v1 fade routes.
Dude, you would get some epic moments. I think in this one, there's 3 players on the field for. Okay, or maybe you could put a center out.
I'm putting this one low. I think I'll put it at like 4.
That's fair. Would be pretty sick though. It would be pretty sick. It'd be matchup dependent. Back to
like 2-point conversions.
2-point conversions.
So the biggest thing I don't like about the college 2-point conversion thing, does this, I actually don't know if this is true, but does that count as a touchdown for the quarterback on the stat sheet?
No.
Okay.
And interceptions don't count either. Like the interception that Caleb threw on the 2-point didn't count.
Well, but in college OT, when they get to a certain point and they're just going from the 2-yard line.
Oh, well, no, they count from the 25 as touchdowns.
But yes, but the ones from
not
the 2.
From the 2-point. No, I don't believe
okay. So. Because if you're no longer counting like stats or whatever, if you're just going to consider it like a 2-point conversion, I don't want quarterbacks like padding their touchdown numbers if you have a game goes like 5 overtimes. But I think the 2-point conversion, sort of like the college style, you're just going back to back. I think that is that's number 2 behind field goal penalty shootout. O-line, D-line, tug of war.
Could be pretty fire. You get 5 guys versus 5 guys.
I don't hate like a rugby scrum almost, where you're just like where you're basically just pushing the line of scrimmage.
That would be fun as fuck.
I'm gonna put that one at 5 for me.
Philly would be good. That's fair. Okay.
Just a regular coin toss.
No, that's horrible. That would suck.
So okay, but
you're a Bears fan. If you choose this, you know we'd never win this.
All of our other options are literally like not at all realistic. Like we've got a dodgeball, which is just
that would be fun. That would be sick. That would be sick. And then a regular soccer penalty shootout.
An actual soccer penalty shootout. I think which
would be the most entertaining.
That would go to 3. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be so sick. Like just out of nowhere.
The Cowboys would just win every time because they have Brandon Aubrey.
No, because it's illegal. No former professional soccer players allowed.
So the Cowboys don't get to use Brandon Aubrey.
They can use him as a goalie.
But yeah, I think you should adopt something like this. A field goal, even just a field goal like penalty shootout thing would be like, it's not really a lot of fatigue to any of the players. Like the big argument with overtime is like you're already like, yeah, it's player safety. You're already pushing the bounds of like what is physically capable on a field.
Kind of stupid though, because if you do the college football one, there's like almost no way that you're going to end up running more total plays than the current format.
The college football thing though, like the stat padding, I don't like the
yeah, well, it could be different though. Like, I mean, we could just say no touchdowns,
I guess, but then even then it's still weird. I don't know.
Also, there's only
that's why I like the idea of doing 2 points if it's still tied at the end of 10 minutes, because at that point you're not stat padding.
Okay.
You've gained all the yards and touchdown scores, whatever. You've gained all of it that you can in the most regular sense of football, because it's just like a regular overtime. Drives are the same and whatnot. And then at the end of that 10-minute overtime period, you go to that. And it makes more sense to like even in the playoffs, like if you're going to preach about player safety, but then you're going to allow like overtime to just go on in perpetuity until like someone dies or so.
Usually
I think,
that happens in the first quarter, but yeah.
I think we're going to, yeah. Oh my God. I think I think we're gonna you stupid fucking face.
Hey, watch it. That's my
I
fifth.
think the field goal penalty shootout is a good idea.
I like that too. So yeah, wrap up real quick.
Yeah, you got jokes. You got jokes.
Yeah, I got something for you. You know, do you know who Paul Feinbaum is?
The name is very familiar.
He is one of the longest tenured ESPN employees, probably in general, definitely in the college football space.
He is running for Senate.
He potentially is thinking about leaving ESPN to run for Senate. Just there's a little bit of comedy there because you got a guy who, for the entirety of his professional career as a college football analyst, was just a shill for the SEC. And now, if he works in our government, he'll probably be in bed with the SEC once again. So good for him. Full circle moment for Feinbaum.
Nice.
One of the last guys I'd ever vote for. That dude just sucks, and he's mean to Michigan, so not cool. Also thought of a cool business idea. Feel free, any of you entrepreneurs out there, to steal this one. Basically, this would work for anybody with mild but not horrible Alzheimer's, or we'll call them special needs. And basically, what you do is you find an old weekend of like football. Like, let's say we're doing week 4 from last year, right? So you take a college football slate.
You have them
slate, you have them throw down a little parlay, and then you just watch it go crazy. And they're like, whoa! So that'd be pretty fire. And then instead of like money, you could reward them in like, I don't know, like
outside
picture,
time.
printed out pictures of trains. I don't know, like Cheez-Its, something like that. But yeah, I think that would be a fun time. I think it's a win-win scenario for all involved. And oh yeah, dumb rule of the week. Almost said the R word, but that would have been insensitive considering our previous segment. Dumb rule of the week. I think this happened in the Bears game, but when you are inside your own 5-yard line, as in you have 95 yards to go, there should be no forward progress. So if they get your momentum going the wrong way, that's a safety.
No, that's a terrible idea.
That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be so sick.
That's stupid.
But once you get to the 5, you're good. Once you get to the 5-yard line, you're good.
No, I don't like that.
But you have no forward progress ability, so that'd be pretty epic.
All right, what's our desk item? I gotta get out of here.
Oh, desk item of the day.
Wow, that's from
What does that say?
Second Presidential Physical Fitness Award.
Yep. Also known as the PPFA, which is funny because your mother calls me the PP Jefe. So yeah,
we're talking about your mother. Your mother. You, Aiden Schmidt. Your mother.
Oh, burn! Shout out to Candace. Shout out to Candy. Maybe she watches. Probably not.
Potentially.
Probably not.
But
hopefully.
That's all we got this week. We'll be back next Monday now with our episodes probably releasing on Tuesday. I don't know. When do you upload these things?
I'll get it out tonight. Tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see it.
And as always,